What about the FDA approving Pfizer?
Doesn't really change my opinion on any of this stuff. Like, how many things has the FDA approved on that are completely lethal to humans? Like, or that they don't even talk about, like sugar, all these other things, like all these synthetic sugars.
Yeah.
Does not change my mind whatsoever. Like, people will always bring up that excuse, like, oh, it's not FDA approved. Yeah, that sounds good, but even if it is, like, do you really trust the FDA? I personally don't.
Yeah, but I feel like now it gives them more of a reason to mandate stuff.
I mean, sure, but man, that's why I'm hoping, the this whole recall thing that, at least here in California, that's happening right now, with the Governor Newsom. Hopefully, we get a new official elected in. One of my favorite ones that I've been looking at. I can't even vote here in California, but one of the ones that I've been looking at is Larry Elders. And he said that before he takes even his first cup of coffee, he's going to take down the mandate for all these vaccines and masks as soon as he gets in office. So I'm like, that guy has my vote, but I can't vote for you. Sorry.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we
We'll
will,
see. I
man.
mean, but like, there's only so much they can control too, because even in Florida right now, like, some school districts are suing the governor because he's not enforcing it.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. There's only so much you can control.
Yeah, for sure. But
Even
I
the
mean, that,
president can't really control shit, I
well,
feel.
yeah, that's what makes us the United States, Like, technically, each state is supposed to be its own entity. And then united, we make the United States of America.
Right.
That's why each government or each state has its own government.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder why these governors, like the governor of Florida right now, like, is he not scared of like getting his funds cut by the federal government?
I mean, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is, but they haven't
But he doesn't look
implemented
like it.
something as of yet.
He's just like not giving a fuck. He's just doing whatever he thinks is right.
Well, Florida is also a very special case because Florida, in particularly, gets a lot of money through tourism. So if that ends up happening, they're going to end up taxing more tourists and just figuring out some ways to make more money, you know?
Do you think one day these like every state can have their own jurisdiction? Like they can be treated as like its own country?
I mean, technically, that's how we're supposed to operate. That's how the United States works.
But why is it called the United States?
Because we become one when we're united, but each state is supposed to have its own legislation, and it does. Like, it has its own rules and stuff like that. Like, there's some states that still have the death penalty, some that don't. So each state has its own legislation.
Do
But
you
the
like the fact that each state can make their own rules?
I kind of do, because if I really hate the state that I'm in,
You can
then I
always
could,
move.
exactly, and I'm still in the United States.
Yeah, but what does that mean if like every single state is making their own rules? Like what does it mean to even be an American?
I mean, we still have federal laws, and we still have the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and we have all these other things that we abide by. But each state, when it comes to like these smaller laws and things like that, they have their own jurisdiction.